Greetings, humanity. There it is. For some reason, the microphone was working, and then it wasn't. But now it is. Hello! Hey. Hey, Pope! Hey, how's it going? I'm just, seeing if I can get in a little Frostpunk this evening before I have to go to bed tonight. I unfortunately have to go to bed at a halfway decent hour, or I should be going to bed at a halfway decent hour tonight, because I have to get up slightly earlier in the morning. We'll see what happens, though. You ever do that thing where it's like you intend to do a thing and then it gets later and later in the day and you haven't done the thing? So, a big mood. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, and you're looking at down the barrel of 9:30, and you're like, damn it, I'm gonna do this because I want to play some celebratory Frostpunk. Stuff has been happening. Oh, you constantly do that? Oh, jeez. Yeah. you know. It's so stuff has been happening lately. And I am terribly excited about it, because I have, it is this thing that I've been working on the last few years. There is movement on 1 year hence, finally. So, more about that later. Because I am very happy about it. I'm very happy about it. Yes. It is, things are starting to solidify, finally. Been working on this since 2021, I think? Finally, I think I'm just about to get the boulder up to the top of the hill. We'll see how it goes. Surely it won't roll all the way back down to the bottom. We don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. So more about that later. For now, we shall deal with the fake apocalypse and see how that does. Just want to do a little bit of snowpocalypsing tonight. So I'm going to get in a little bit of this more tonight. We are currently playing through The Fall of Winterhome. This scenario, as a reminder, Frostpunk, it's a retropocalypse, sort of steampunk, frozen area. And in The Fall of Winterhome, we have found out that our generator is at some point going to blow up. So we got to evacuate the this city that we've just moments ago got under control. So I'm very excited to see if the generator blows up or not. We'll see. If hope falls to zero, people will give you an ultimatum. If you fail, it will be the end of your rule. I've seen that before. The abrupt cooling caused utter chaos in the atmosphere. The mightiest winds, no longer confined to its upper layers, descended on Earth, wreaking destruction and something else I didn't read fast enough in time. Anyway, let's see where we are here. So this is Winterhome. We are preparing the evacuation. Thus far, we built and evacuate. These are our goals currently. This is the generator. Not doing great. Although 0% stress right now, which is nice. Hope dropped like a rock when they found out that this was a problem. We've just been, clearing away the last of the debris from when they threw out the previous captain. And, yeah. Yeah, hope flashing red, that's classified as bad. And so it was not doing great. But we're doing things to get it back together. We have guard stations to instill hope in our citizenry. But you know, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure everything's fine. We have that happening, and it'll be all right. But that said, the other goal that we're looking at is, you know, we need to have the engineers, enough engineers get on the dreadnought that we can that we can make this thing work. The evacuation center is here to get folks out to the dreadnought. Got 10 engineers available currently. We need 25, and we're working on freeing them up to get them out to this site out here, the dreadnought, where, you know, we're going to. It's a big vehicle. We can get the heck out of here. Yes. Folks making a terrible mess and us having to clean up after it. Doesn't seem like that. No, it doesn't feel pertinent to our own time at all. No, not at all. Not at all. It is funny how these dystopias every now and then they start looking like documentaries. It's great. That said, no, I enjoy playing this one because it's possible to do. You see more direct results of actions. It's great. Whereas it takes longer in real life. But you know, that of course doesn't mean you shouldn't do things. You should definitely do things. But this sort of helps one feel as though things results of things are possible. But in any case, evacuation center is here. We have no one aboard yet. We have 10 engineers available currently to put on there, but we need 25. So we are working currently. We just set this up. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but they're working on we're doing research for optimized shifts at the generator at the repair station, which we've set up by the generator. It says minus 10 engineers. It'll employ fewer people. So if that works, then right now we have 25, which is kind of a skeleton crew. We're still, you know, we're at, you know, only at 46% efficiency, but that's because we have a modifier for because we did research to increase its efficiency. Adequate staff currently. But once my hope is that I'll be able to deduct 10 and keep the efficiency up, so that we'll still have adequate staff. If that doesn't work, I'm going to have to restore back to slightly before this point and do other things. We are going to need to get more engineers. Also, of course, the temperature's about to drop 3 times. That's going to be fun. And, of course, we have enough coal to increase the temperature, but there's the whole thing about the generator blowing up that might be a problem. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. So this dystopia is getting better work-life balance than us. Well, you know, it's a game. They can do that. But you know, some dystopias do that. I still have 5 engineers working here. They've got to spit out 12 more of these prostheses, and once they do that, I can take them from here and put them on the transport. And there are also 5 engineers over here at this weather station I'm going to need to get because, you know, might want to rescue them. But of course, once we do that, we won't see the forecasts anymore. But of course, you know, it's going to get colder. We pretty much know that already. Hey, Prax. Hey. Welcome, welcome. I am doing a little bit of celebratory Frostpunk this evening. I wanted to get at least a little bit of this in tonight, even though I have to get up somewhat early tomorrow. We'll see how things go. We're trying to evacuate folks via the evacuation center. We'll see. We'll see if we can manage it. What am I doing? I was doing a thing. Aren't there, like, there's supposed to be controls that one has here. I guess I don't have access to that yet. Because I have to actually have the people on there. And then send it, and then there's more stuff that I think is supposed to happen with that. Yeah. Click on the tabs and use the buttons to change the composition of the transport. Which... I don't have the things yet to put in. Right now I've got to send people. All it wants me to send are people, so we'll figure it out. Lurking and plotting, eh? Yes. Yes, such is the lot of many GMs. Understood. Happy lurking, happy plotting. It is a good time for it. Alright. Discontent currently is down and will drop further once they forget that I made a couple of unpopular decisions and put people on an emergency shift. We'll see how that goes. I've got like 5 engineers over here that are going to need sleep after their emergency shift ends, and 5 over here. Eventually we'll get everybody out. But, we need people here to do things. What am I doing? Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to prepare? We currently only have 75 steel. We're probably going to need a bunch more. I don't think we are... Yeah, as far as resources go, we're still... going full... We're just still regular hours on the coal mines. And currently it says 7 days. That's going to drop when we start needing more heat for everyone. It looks great right now. The amount of wood we have here is, we're only at like half capacity. Steel we will need more of perhaps soon, but we're working on that. Food balance is just barely ahead. And only 1 citizen in treatment right now, which that's going to change when the temperature drops. We have a few real houses here, which is unfortunate because that's happening. Okay, I guess that's everything for right now, and I can allow time to move forward again. I just wanted to catch up and remember where I was and what I was doing. As, by and large, I have no clue. We currently have 11 workers unemployed. I keep wondering, is there a thing that I should be making people do to help with everything? And the only other thing I could do right now is I could make more... I could make more towers. To maintain order, more guard stations. We don't really have... Oh, I see that question. I see that question in chat. You tempt me. You tempt me! Hang on. This would be great if I could put it here. Yeah, I don't think there's really anywhere decent for me to throw this down that really helps that much currently. Aside from, maybe like over here. Yeah. That might be good. We could do that for a bit. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, we can always abandon it later. Sure, I'll put that there. Why not? Use more resources. The question has arisen. If we were to tell a TTRPG story with the setting of Frostpunk, what system would you use? I've thought about this a little bit. Because of course I have. I think the last time I was asked this question, I jokingly said, I'm too busy trying not to think about the TTRPG system for We Happy Few. I think, well, PBTA would be good, I think, if you want to tell a dramatic story, kind of do a thing where, you have people having individual drama, because there are individual people here with different roles in society. So you could do that. I'm not sure what the did hope go up at all when I did that? No. I put them in there. We've got 3 more places that it's covering. 469 now living near a watchtower or guard station. It's a little better. I was thinking PBTA would be good. I'm trying. What would be a good game that handles factions? Because you could do factions. Scouts have reached the Iron Depot, the Iron Deposit. I've seen Prax do some very interesting things with the Sword Chronicle that might play well for that if you are handling, say you had a worker faction, you had an engineer faction, you had a faction of lords, you had a faction of you could have one faction wanting order and one faction wanting faith, which is another choice you have to make in this game. So that's possible too. You could go with that. My thought with PBTA would be the sort of your standard sort of Deadwood TV show type setup where you have you follow an ensemble thing. You follow people at this place. It sort of depends on what themes you have. You've got the encroaching apocalypse though, so that's Apocalypse World has things that would probably help with that. We are at the Iron Deposit. A vein of iron ore was exposed by a narrow crack in the ice. Search might provide steel. Rich prospects. The Iron Deposit is rich and easily accessible. We could set up an outpost here, process the iron ore, and send steel to the city. Good to know. The problem is we would have to, if we do that, then that would reduce our intake of coal, because we can only do with the city we currently have, we can only do 1 outpost at a time. So it's a thing to think about. But we're going to grab some steel while we're here, which is nice. And I guess we're just going to head down here to the Snowy Hill now, finally. And so they'll get there in 12 hours. As we think about what we need. See, right now we've got a coal mine up here that we have an outpost to. We have a freshwater springs where we could grab raw food, and now we have one for iron ore, which for steel, which would be helpful, especially if we need more steel to repair the dreadnought. So it's a good question, but if we do that, we lose coal. So it's a choice. And that would be interesting. I'd be curious in telling the story of the scouts you send out, then returning to the settlement and seeing the changes that have occurred after each outing. That could be cool. Yeah, because there's all kinds of stuff you could do with that. I mean, I could see using, even at the beginning when you're dealing with, you could do a thing using something that's not unlike, the Quiet Year in setting up kind of what your Frostland map kind of looks like. So that's an option. And yeah, if you send them out and you have them come back and see what's happened at the settlement, if you're focusing on the scouts, if that's your group, if that's your PC group, then you'd have like a survival thing going on, so knowing how to do things would be important, which starts to lean me in the direction of Cypher System a little bit. Or possibly Rosette Diceless, but that's its own thing. Which, you know, it's all generic systems are all fine and good. Something where you have things moving and changing in between, though. That's you'd probably want to look at games with that kind of subsystem as well. And generally speaking, I can't think of off the top of my head any games that sort of do that on their own. There is an attempt at it with Urban Shadows 2nd Edition that I'm still not complete. I gotta look at it again and see if in my opinion it could use some tweaking. I'll just put it that way. There's certain ideas that went into the creation of the system they use for that I'm not entirely on board with. Just as far as, you know, GM processes go. I love that the announcer voice got more tinny when we started going down the path of order. It was hilarious. So yeah, there are a number of systems that would be interesting. It just depends on what kind of story you want to tell, really. I'm actually starting to think, you know, you go away and you come back after a long time. I wonder if there are any systems for that in the Planet of the Apes game. I almost picked that up. I forgot to do it just before their campaign ended. Rax is saying Cyberpunk Red would work pretty well, too. Take some mechanics from Legacy, though. Legacy? Life Among the Ruins? I have not actually played that yet. I have a friend who, it's on my list. I keep, I hope to take a look at it. Take a closer look at it at some point when I have time. Someday. Cool. I do need to look at that. Let me see. Oh, each of these teams are going to be arriving at their places in 7 hours. Because that's just the thing. It's like, I know that RPGs, by and large, tabletop RPGs are not as into the whole worker placement thing. So it's like there are certain things that I'd would be interesting to tinker with if possible, but you have to figure it out. Yeah, Poop saying could see adapting Sword Chronicle using the fortune rolls for what goes on in the settlement while the scouts are out. Yeah. You could certainly do that. It is a theme I've considered trying to tackle at some point when there's time to do so. When is there time? Who knows? No one knows. But I'm probably gonna. I will be working on other. More of my various TTRPG things during the... Ah! Hurry, we need to repair the generator. So it's true after all. We're all going to die. What the hell? The generator broke down. Oh, great. Generator failure. This is awesome. Okay. Hang on. Here we go. Sir, the generator just quit suddenly. To make matters worse, its stress is rising. The main return valve must have failed. People are terrified that the generator will explode. Our engineers are already working on a temporary fix. The repair station was adequately staffed, so the repairs will be finished reasonably quickly. We have to repair it immediately. Hope falls greatly. You have to fix the generator before it blows up from rising stress. This seems fairly chill. This is going to be a fairly chill part of the game, I feel. Pathfinder First Ed had a robust settlement builder with resource and labor costs. Yeah, the Kingmaker. Yeah, the Kingmaker Adventure Path was pretty cool, and I only got to play a little bit of it. We didn't get as far as the resource stuff, so I didn't get to see it firsthand. I'm pretty sure they've also been reworking it for. I think they might be re-releasing some of it for second edition. I don't know. I have to look and see if they're doing it for the Pathfinder for Savage Worlds edition also. Maybe! They are porting more stuff over. There have been like 3 different Kickstarters or crowdfunding things for that, so I have to go back and look at them again. Anyway, yes, a dire emergency is happening. I'm sure it's fine. The generator is shutting down. Generator malfunction. The generator is down! Folks, I have a feeling the generator's down. Just as it's about to get colder. This is great. So let's see. New goal, generator malfunction. Repair the generator in the repair station. Hope is crashing. Yep, generator malfunction. That's great. Luckily, I haven't sent those 10 engineers away yet, so I can put them back on this. Actually, I can take them away from everywhere and put them on this right now. That would probably help. Let me see what this says, though. The generator is down. The generator has cut out. Every building that uses steam or requires the heat zone is down. If we don't bring it back online, we'll freeze to death. Excellent, excellent. Brief reminder, by the way, for folks who haven't looked at it here on the screen, of the content warnings for this that I put up for this game: apocalyptic themes, illness, death by cold, starvation, colonialism, and child mortality are all things that can come into play here. So please do whatever you need to protect yourselves. But freezing to death. Let's go ahead and save the game. The system is down. Okay, let's take a look here. Back at the repair station. So an interesting thing is that currently we have like 11 engineers currently free. So we're working on that. We have 10 prostheses. They have to go and pick those up. Hope shot way down, but not to 0. We must do more to maintain order. Repair station. Currently we're looking at 12 hours and 5 minutes, which is 1 a.m. Yeah, that's not going to be in time. Generator stress increases. Let's look at that. Okay. Hasn't started going up yet because I've paused it. Fix the generator using the repair button. Using the repair station, yes. Let me add more of these. And let's see. So I realize that I just Oh, you're still on. You're still working right now. You stopped. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the emergency shift is on cooldown. Let's go ahead and take everyone off of everything they're doing currently. All engineers. What do we have engineers doing? Everything except the infirmary. And we might pull some from the infirmary. We don't have any patients right now. Where's the other one of these? Yeah, let's take you from here. And I'm going to put you at half staff currently. I'm sure that'll be great. All right, I'll put you at 60%. There. Six hours. 7 hours. That's better. And they're working on repairing the generator. So presumably, if I hit the repair button, it's just going to go over here. Okay, good. All right, so generator should be back up and running by 8 a.m.-ish, which I hope will be before the temperature drops. Because that would be a problem. Currently, we're on range setting 3, and heat is dropping because, of course, it is. Here, let's watch the heat. Let's watch the heat zone drop. No? All right, we're fine. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. So that's happening. I don't have any little things that any little levers I can pull to generate hope. At least not yet. Hope is dwindling. And these are all the folks I could really spare right now, I think. You know what? We don't have any patients right now. See if that helps a little bit. I'm just gonna do a skeleton crew right now. I'm gonna race the... We're racing Mother Nature. In about 3 hours. It's currently 5 a.m. Still gonna be like 8 a.m. Oh look, scouts have reached the snowy hill. Here, let's make a light decision while we're trying to keep everyone from freezing to death. Let's see. A distinct spot in Frostland, we can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. Kind of what I figured. Explore. New landmark. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value. But we may be able to reach some more promising locations from here. Storm shelter. Carry on. I'll be happy to explore this storm shelter. We'll get there in another 12 hours. These folks were heading back here. That's it, because I was going to send them down here to this lone boulder. Okay. Rax is saying that she'll be reclaiming her title of Field Sniper soon. Ooh. Is this in the Is this in the Greyhawk game that you're running currently? Is that the one, or are we? Or is this in another thing? Sounds exciting. Let's see. Let's see if they can fix the generator before everyone freezes to death. This can't go on. We have to get out of here while we still can. If we stay here, we'll either freeze to death or get blown to Kingdom Come. Scouts, Unit number 1 have returned safely to the city. You can disband the scouts of the beacon or send them back out into the Frostland. Let's do that. We're gonna redeploy the scouts. They don't want to be here. Here is bad. Let's see where we can send ya. We're gonna send ya. I'd like to send them down to this lone boulder, which is going to take a day and 2 hours. But perhaps this will, if I send them first to the snow cliff, which will only take 6 hours, it'll be a slightly faster trip. It's on the way. It's basically on the way. They already know how to get here, which is one of the things that is good about scouts. Okay, back to panicking. Ah! Okay. We have a small amount of time remaining. What's happening with the generator itself right now? Oh yes, it's down almost to nothing. That's great. So we've got now a little. Oh, I see the hunters are returning. That's good. Ah, yes, the heating is off, and it's getting colder. This will be a problem. But most of the houses are, most of the homes are just chilly. I made sure we had all bunkhouses, so I think it's going to be okay. The generator's not working. It's cold at home. Really? I think we're going to be okay. This first one, anyway. We'll see how this goes. Four, 3, 2, 1, 0. Generator is operational. The generator is operational again, and you can turn it on safely. However, the next breakdown will be more difficult to repair. If you keep engineers employed at the repair station, they will monitor the generator. When it breaks down again, they will repair it faster. Yes, that's why I have them there. Okay. Now, before we send people out to work, we're going to start with Steam level 1. Okay, good. That's at least heating up the workplaces. I now have to look and see what places do I need to turn on anything. This coal thumper, which... Do I have people employed here? I do. Okay. Turn the heater on there. This gathering post, I have people there. We'll do that. And that gathering post also. Good. This cookhouse is cold and is currently serving people, so we got to deal with that. This sawmill is cold. Got 50 more trees to gather. This coal thumper is cold. This gathering post is cold. This medical post is cold, but it is currently off, so there's no need to actually do anything with that. This cookhouse is cold, but and it's got people, right? Yeah. All right, hang on. Let me turn the heat back on there at that cookhouse. These medical posts are all, yeah, are all inactive currently. It's chilly at home. I don't know that I have anything else out here that I'm gonna really need. No one is cold. They're just cold here. They're chilly. Low risk of falling ill, but it can work. It does cause discontent, which is a problem. But perhaps the generator coming back on will help that. Yep. Discontent's going down. Slowly. Bleeding downward. Okay, there we go. Yay. Ah, yes, I need to get, nothing to repair. Okay, let me get us back to adequate staff here. And, get folks working where they need to be. Sorry, 9:50. We're burning daylight. Okay. I never took them out of the factory. Great. Just finish these prostheses, please. Once we have them, we have 20 amputees currently. And we're making like 8 more of these things. They need to make 10 more. We'll see when we get to that point. As the amputees slowly go and they get the prosthetics and they can work again. There's a lot happening. But yeah, this research needs to keep going so that we can finally get enough engineers over here. Which is kind of the point of what we are currently doing. Needs to be done. Kind of important. Okay, discontent's back down to 0 somehow. Because I'm going to give that to the fighting arenas and the guard stations. Okay. Where are we? 1018. Okay. Ah! Scouts reached that point. Now let's see how they do. Lone Boulder, 14 hours. Yes, that has saved a little time. Good. I'd really like to know how much steel we're going to need, but I won't know that until I unlock this freaking thing. Just looking... Ah, okay, generator came back on, and now suddenly everyone is feeling warm again. That's good. Can I turn off the heaters? I don't think I can. Are the heaters cheaper than the steam hub? I think they are. All right. We'll leave them on. Currently okay for coal, but it's still gonna, a thing's gonna happen. Gonna drop again and again, and I don't see it coming back up. Greetings, Critwitch. How are you? I hope all is well. We are currently trying to get things to a point where we can get a bunch of engineers out to the dreadnought. Yeah. I hope you're well. Those can be in a while. Yeah, it has been a little while. I'm doing okay. I actually have made some progress with stuff going on with 1 Year Hence, so I've been very happy about that the last day or two. Things are happening. I'll talk about that more soon. But optimized shifts have been researched. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. So now let us see. If I take away people from here, will it be adequately staffed? If I take away 10 people from here, because that was the purpose. That was the purpose of researching optimized shifts. Minus 10 engineers. Let's see if this worked. And if it didn't, we'll need to do something else. Ah, yes, excellent. Good. Good. Okay. So, I would prefer not to drop below 15, but it's still saying adequate staff, which is good. So now, yeah, efficiency is only like 39% currently. We're gonna have to figure that out. Now I have to decide. We only have like 3 more of these to go. Currently, it says 7, 18, but we're gonna have to figure out this balance here. Not entirely clear on it. This is brutal. New York Knicks fans have more hope than the settlement. Oh! Dang. I know, right? We're trying to find our way out. So I'm going to pull from one of these 2 workshops. The ones who work here are probably very tired. But it's also in here, so I'm going to pull them out of this workshop. And in fact, I will shut this workshop down for now. And 26, 25, I'll leave it. You need 25 over there. So that is where what we currently have going there. Let me see, in the meantime, before I click the button there, let me see what we can research right now that might help. Unfortunately, the overdrive couplings will not do much, aside from allowing us to raise the temperature of all heat zones by 2 levels when the generator is put into overdrive. How is this doing right now, by the way? Oh, good. It's going back down to 1%. That's good. So when this fills up with red, the generator explodes. It's delightful. I had a previous scenario where it got up pretty high. I got it up to around 90, I think. Because I had it on overdrive. So I was having to fulfill a promise. Let's see. What is happening? Need to pick a new thing. So, repair station efficiency can only help at this point, so I'm very strongly considering doing that next. Let's see. Emergency repair allows us to advance generator repairs by 10% using wood and steel. Ah, okay. That's a that's the thing where the repair happens faster if I press a button and contribute wood and steel to it. It's not a terrible idea. Let's see. Efficiency upgrade, burn less coal. We're not worried about that at this point. I don't think. %90 is an A last I checked. Yeah, I mean, 90%'s not bad. If you can get it. Let's see. Additional scouts, lighter scout sleds. I don't really see much purpose in spending time researching that at this point. Faster outpost teams. Might be helpful. Streamlined prostheses. It's too late. Streamlined automatons. It's too late. Resources. Gathering more coal. I mean, since we're on our way out, I feel as though it's not really as much of a priority. Food, health, and shelter. Infirmary mechanization. This could actually help quite a bit. It would free up 5 engineers. So... And again, as we saw, the more engineers we have, the faster they can make repairs. So I am strongly considering doing this one. So we can reduce the number of people we have working in the infirmary. Buying hunter's gear. More raw food. Industrial hothouse. No. It's so sad because so many of these things look kind of useless now. Because we're not going to be staying. So either I can do infirmary mechanization, which will free up more engineers. We kind of need every last one at this point. I can do repair station efficiency. Behold the power of automation! You know what? It's like, if I had the time, I would be building automatons and teaching them how to be engineers. Get automaton integration, engineer automatons, and have them fix things. Because they can work around the clock. Have them take certain jobs. Unfortunately, not much we can do about that right now. And we might need the steam cores for where we're headed. So, I'm gonna go for the infirmary mechanization, I think. That'll take 10 hours. We're only gonna have the one thing. This will take a little longer when we get to it. Yeah. No time. Climate change demands you go faster. Exactly. Yeah, the automatons would take too long to train up to the point that they're efficient enough, I think, in some ways, too. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. And, we can at least get some of them out of there. They don't have any patience right now, which is wonderful. But temperature's going to drop again, so I know that's not going to necessarily last. How are we right now? We're still making more of these. We've got like... Oh, crap. Let me send them. Let me actually do this. Let me send you 25 engineers. What they're looking for. I'm going to send them to the Dreadnought. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Got our own little, a little train heading out there. It's gonna get there in a day! It takes a freaking day to get them over there? Well, they better have patience of one kind anyway. Oh my god. Horror. Horror. That's a slow-moving vehicle. There's 25 engineers on it, heading to the freaking Dreadnought. Oh, God. Okay, well, I guess we just gotta keep going. Oh, Jesus. Ah. One day. And I expect it probably takes a day for them to send that thing back. Oh my god. Is it still possible to send things out in the evacuation center? I guess. Good lord. That is slow. I am troubled by that. Oh, new law though. Let's get totalitarian while they're away. Okay, so once again, purpose or adaptation. Let me just check adaptation real quick. See if there's anything. Organ transplants. You know, the sick recover faster. I mean, it's not a terrible idea. If we have room, maybe. Extended shifts. Those might come in handy. At present, though, it would mostly just be for the workshops, honestly. Which, you know, might not be a problem. Yeah. Yes, Lord Emperor Frost. Yes. Oh, you just wait. We're just looking at this half of the tree right now. Of course, you know, there's the dueling law and the House of Pleasure. We're not doing either of those. But then we have purpose, you see. We have chosen order. Find ways to fight discontent and restore hope. So our purpose is branching out in this direction. If we'd chosen the thing on this side, we'd be doing faith again. And building churches and what have you. Let's see what we have available here now. Because I have a feeling this is going to be much more useful right now. So there is the foreman. Appointing responsible foreman will make sure that people work as efficiently as possible. So it's like at the cost of 10 food rations, you can have a foreman at a job site. Increase the workplace efficiency by 40%. You know, if that also goes for the repair station, This could be invaluable. I almost want to just sign this and look and see if I get the if I get this symbol, because that could be very helpful. Other things we could do, propaganda center. Hang on, how long does this? It take 18 hours. Okay, propaganda center. Keep things running smoothly. We need to stay informed about our people's concerns and have a way of spreading the news we want them to hear. After introducing this law, another one can be passed after a day and 21 hours. Like, do I want to distribute leaflets? Yeah. Like, if that goes for the repair station, that could be super strong. Yeah, that's... I think favorite Kermit gift comes to mind. Do it. It's, yeah, I'm thinking about it. But, I mean, there's the propaganda center as a possibility if we want to do that. If we want to rearrange deck chairs on the Titanic. The propaganda center raises hope. It raises hope. Shows detailed info on sources of discontent. The propaganda center can distribute bulletins, raising hope. You'll have to build the propaganda center. Discontent will rise. You know, propaganda bulletin for the mere cost of 10 wood. Every couple of days, you can send a news bulletin to every household to reassure people that we're protecting our city by maintaining order. This costs 40 wood and 40 steel to build. There can be only one such building in the city. It's tempting. Yeah. We see how good propaganda works. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Prison! Ah, yes. An even happier choice. Those who threaten the stability of our city have to be isolated for the good of us all. After introducing this law, another one can be passed after a day and 21 hours. New building, prison. You build a roundup prison used to catch wrongdoers. Prisoners will abandon their misguided views. You have to build a prison. Discontent will rise slightly. Houses 30 inmates who change their attitudes within a few days. You can do a roundup every day, causing discontent to fall. Here, we're gonna lock you here while the rest of us leave. And there's patrol, which is it ensures the safety and order is of utmost importance to the long-term survival of our city. Ha ha ha! Long-term survival, that's a good one. And then again, after a day, you have to wait a day and a half after you introduce the law. It gives the guard station the patrol ability. Each use reduces discontent and raises hope slightly, which is good. For 10 food rations. I'm considering this. Guards will patrol the street near the guard stations to maintain. You can do that every day. You can do that once a day. Maintain law and order. You'll have to provide them with extra food for their efforts. Discontent will fall, hope will rise slightly. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going on. But I think the best choice right now for this is to go with the foreman ability because, you know, I can sign another law after only 18 hours. And I think after that I'm going to go to the patrol, which seems like the most useful here. I mean, I am considering the propaganda center, but once again, not interested right now in rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic, so we're going to sign the foreman law. And we will see if that's effective here. Foreman can be appointed at workplaces. So, looking at that, maybe this will make things run smoother. Time will tell. Oh, I used to be a factory foreman. Great. Yes! We can put a foreman at the repair station. That will help a lot. Okay. That is going to be very powerful. So that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Okay. Your lifetime is long-term planning and tracks. 45 years of concerted effort and informed neglecting, giving us our great value dystopia, brought to you by BetterHelp. I keep seeing those ads, too. I was thinking, they're getting a lot of business right now. The ways of my Sith Kermit work. You know, I actually never really... I've seen that meme, right? With the Sith Kermit. Take a little food, have a little management, progress. I've seen that meme of Kermit facing a Sith Kermit, but I do not know the context. I don't know where that's taken from. I presume some sort of Muppet thing. But I haven't seen, like, all of the movies in media. I've seen more of it now. But it might be in one of the movies that I missed. So, yeah, you never know. Okay. Let's see, where are we now? We have 2 more prostheses to make, and I might need to tell them to make 1 more. Or 2 more. Depending on how this goes. We have 19 amputees currently. BetterHelp is a dastardly company. I wouldn't put it past them. But you've not seen that media either? No, I know. Less than certified doctor. Oh, great. Yeah. I just used I can't remember what I used now to find my therapist, but I used I used a site. You have a Pinterest board, Prax, that you are working on? Excellent. Cool. Prax, for folks not familiar, Prax, who's in chat right now, does wonderful campaigns. Praxagorth Esmophoria. I highly recommend you go check out that channel because very fun campaigns and very cool, very interesting, and nuanced jamming. It's really good. I highly recommend it. You're most welcome. But no, Prax is awesome. But let me see here what I have going on. Scouts have reached the storm shelter. Let me do that. Okay. Survivors. Okay, this is either good news or bad news or both. As we enter the shelter, a group of scientists and explorers greets us warmly. Okay, that's encouraging. If there are engineers among them, that would be great. Let's see what happens. Call up the explorers. We have some promising leads, but I'll understand if the exploration of Frostland is given secondary priority in our circumstances, says the team leader. Shall we tell these people to leave their work and move to the city? What are they doing? What is this work they're doing? I think that's the... Okay. Send the science... So we have 3 options. Send the scientists back to the city. The scientists will set out towards our city on their own. It will take longer. Bring the scientists to the city. The scouts will set out towards our city and bring the scientists quickly with them. Or let them carry on with their exploration. We will decide what to do with the scientists later. Okay, so we potentially have a catch-22 here. I will explain. 20 engineers. 20 engineers would be really helpful in getting the Dreadnought up and running, right? Or in keeping our city running. Engineers are like gold, do you understand? Like, especially if we end up needing, because, you know, we can put them in, you know, doing research. We can get them to, you know, we're gonna need more people for the medical tents if more people get sick as it gets colder. But if they carry on with their exploration, they might find somewhere else for us to go. When we do get the Dreadnought up and running. So I'm actually thinking about leaving them here for now. Oh. Hey. Like, Dreadnought? Yes, we have a vehicle, big vehicle called the Dreadnought. Big land ship. And yes, thank you so much, Crit Twitch. I very much appreciate it. I don't know how much is visible. Yes. As viewer, I feel all three are awesome. Thank you for being you. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate your being here. And having been here and in our various spaces for the last several years, as far as I recall. So thank you. It is very much appreciated. And it helps not to feel alone. Don't you know? Seriously. Thank you. But for this, I think I'm gonna go, because again, I saved this game incessantly, so for now we're gonna let them carry on with their exploration, because I have a feeling they're gonna find it's that little symbol behind. It's like, I have a feeling they're gonna find another place that we're looking for, where we can take the Dreadnought, so we can get the heck out. We'll see. We'll see. The folks in the weather tower we may want to grab anyway, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Let them carry on. Ooh. And what to do with these folks now? Great question. I can't do much with them yet. And the reason I can't do much with them yet is because I don't know yet if we're going to need a bunch of steel. Because there's an automaton here at this bridge that I can have them bring with them, you see. And there are people at this weather station I can have them bring with them. I think I'm gonna park them here at the steel bridge, which is not very nice. Not very nice of me, but might help. Because that's the thing, is they can still go to these places. We just can't get the iron ore. And I don't know yet. Should I park them at the steel bridge to get that? That's the thing, is because there's an automaton there we could bring back with us, which would at least help with... It would free up a few workers. I don't know that that's our priority, though. I could park them at the weather station instead, so they're ready to grab them. Well, the automaton would have a steam core in it. I'm going to send them to the bridge. We'll send them to the bridge. Because right now they are going down to explore this lone boulder and stuff around it. So there could be more stuff down here. We'll figure it out. So yeah, currently the evacuation transport that we've set up is heading out to the Dreadnought. This is the Dreadnought, which not a lot I can show you just at the moment. There's this very impressive picture when we went to explore it. But they're going to get on board, and so right now we're just sending people out to repair the Dreadnought. You have 12 days. We're going to see if they can make it. I don't see any hope in the future. Where is my hope? It's delightful. Oh well. Yeah, no. Yeah, these forecasts aren't seeming that useful. Maybe we should just grab those engineers in the tower. Bring them in. Don't know. Okay, that decision has been made. What time is it? Okay. I can go a little bit longer. And see how things go. Yeah, right now I can't do much aside from what we are doing already. I mean, I can, well, yeah, that's not gonna help. It's almost quitting time. I can't do anything terribly useful right now. Because we are slowly gathering steel. Why do we have so little? Why do we not have very much steel? What's going on with our steel situation? Where is our steel situation? Do we have a steel situation? That's a sawmill. No gatherable resources. I can break that down and get... Okay. No longer have to work there. That's the wall drill. Where is the... There they are. The steelworks. I wonder if... That is the thing. I do wonder if we're gonna need... What is our coal situation? About 10 days worth of coal currently. I mean, we're gonna lose coal momentarily. Outpost depot. This is the only depot we can build currently. I will check something though. I'm gonna double check this just in case. This is a thing I should have done sooner, probably. Where's the outpost depot? Is that tech? Oh, I don't have enough steel to build another one right now. Let me see if I need to, I could dismantle this outpost and instead start one up over here. Because our coal situation... This might be an ideal time for it also. Our coal situation is, you know, at a point where we're almost full up. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I have this feeling we're going to need more steel. I have this supernatural feeling. I have this feeling we're going to need steel. I'm going to send them over here to the iron deposit. It's going to take them 9 hours. Let's get them going. Now that does decrease what we have available, but there's a lot of coal. There's a lot of coal coming in. And not very much steel right now. And we don't have time to research better steel works. So I think that would help us a lot right now.
Workday is up. Return your tools.
Yay. It's gonna get colder tomorrow. And we'll have to figure out what that means, especially if this thing starts malfunctioning again. It does mean I'm going to have to keep that automaton there. You know what? Let's look ahead just a bit. I don't know what's truly going to be necessary for us to do, but I just have these feelings that there are things that need to happen. Currently 17 prostheses available. I'm going to put one more in the queue, as we currently have 18 amputees. We have... One of them is going to go pick up a prosthesis. The rest of them are still hanging out in the care house. Let's build one more when, in the morning. And, then I may move them around again. Alright. This is going to get grim. At least I have a feeling it will. Not really a whole lot else I can do right this moment, unfortunately. What's our engineer situation? We have one free engineer. Not great. $444 living near a watchtower or guard station. It went down, probably because they're no longer. They no longer require because they're going in and getting these prostheses and returning to their homes. I don't know. Oh no, that would change that. No. What is our housing situation? See, one of them just picked one up. It was an engineer. Excellent. We have 2 free engineers. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them to work. Here's that other... I mean, not right this second, obviously, because it's the middle of the night. One day, I'll remember where things are. Alright, hang on. I put them in that other workshop. I mean, it's not going to be a huge amount of efficiency, but it's better than nothing. It might help some. As far as timing goes, anyway. How are we doing? Nothing exploding yet, I hope. Ooh. There's a lot going on. And that is kind of the thing. I don't know what they're going to need. Yeah. Ah, people are getting sick. Where is the infirmary? I've just lost track of where everything is. Hang on. I can do this a lot faster by just looking and seeing where the engineers are. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, folks are starting to get sick. That's not good. Scientists have reached the lone boulder. Scientists. Scouts have reached the lone boulder. I know my S words. The lone boulder. About which there was written a radio series. A distinct spot in Frostland. We can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. Good. New landmark. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value, but we may be able to reach some more promising locations from here. We have discovered a shrouded cave. Let's check that out. Nothing to do here. To the shrouded cave we go. A patch of deep shadow at the base of a small hill hides an entrance to a cave. 14 hours. Go! In 13 hours, these 25 engineers will finally make it to the freaking dreadnought. Ugh. Yeah. What could be concerning? I don't know, I'm sure everything's fine. No problems. No problems whatsoever. Temperature's gonna drop. Oh! There's temperature's gonna rise again, though. Eventually. We only have to go through a few days of pain and suffering. Okay. Here we go. Time to get the steel going. It's not like Lindy made this game. There's some dark eldritch horror or quite inappropriate thing there. Yeah, no. This is somewhat less less horrifying and less jolly than such games. No, all of the horror is purely human in this game. Well, survivor horror. It's humans versus nature. Or really versus things they probably did to themselves. Yes, we do not have Doris here, unfortunately, though this would be a good place for a penguin. Especially one with Doris's abilities. Also thinking of making a community poll for any potential divine bachelors. and your Greyhawk game. Yes, there's a lot of dating gods going on, or potentially dating of gods going on in that game. It's very interesting. Hey Sphinx, greetings. Thank you for coming. I'm just sort of just doing a bit of Frostpunk before I turn in for the night, and we are still doing the same scenario. Still trying to escape because the city we have built is failing because the generator is going to explode at some point. So we're just trying to get out to the dreadnought and get out of here. What am I doing? Iron deposit. There's build an outpost. There you go. 200 steel every day. Okay, that will help. So the people haven't rebelled yet. Not yet, but if you'll observe, not a lot of hope active right now. It's still flashing red. No discontent at the moment, strangely to speak of. But that's mostly because the permanent modifiers are offsetting the temporary modifiers. No, hasn't been a lot of death yet. And they're now talking about the potential dating game happening over on Prax's channel with Gods of Greyhawk. We have gone totalitarian somewhat. We haven't gotten to the point that we're handing out flyers yet. But you know, we're getting there. We're getting there soon. Soon, perhaps, we will have a propaganda center. We'll see. That's only if things become really desperate. They are now on their way with 200 steel. Hopefully that will help. That will improve our steel situation somewhat. The most steel we can have is 750. We have 30 right now. I'm pretty sure we're going to need more steel. Coal is doing fine at the moment. This is why you deploy the children liberally. Yeah, they're still out there working, bless their hearts. There's still like 100 children working. Oh, God. Mostly, I think I've got them. Yeah, I've got them gathering coal, which I realize is very Dickensian. But they're not in the mines. That's the important thing. They're also making food in the hothouse. They're growing food. I think I've also got them in the cookhouse. Yeah, they're in charge of the food situation. Oh boy, that was the person in office before me who did that. I just made use of it. 1 sick. 13 currently being treated. What's our situation? I'd love to open up another. I may need to. Do I need to open up another medical tent? Where is this happening? Where's the infirmary again? I've lost the infirmary again. Let me find it again. Looking for the engineers. Ah, yes, here we are. $14 out of 20. There's still room. You're saying the children are keeping this whole thing afloat. I mean, you know, children and engineers mostly. We have workers down in the mines and gathering food, and we have, you know, the regular workers out doing some. We have 18 of them to spare though currently, so I feel as though Lucas, go to the infirmary. You're going to eat. Go to the infirmary. Never mind. We can't keep going we can keep going like this for a while, I'd say. At least we're alive. Not everyone's so lucky. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. No, crit twitch. I have not deployed any children to the mines. It's only regular worker. I don't any big resource gathering. You know, the mines, the steelworks, the lumber mills. Those are just strictly workers. We don't. We're not putting the children in the mines. Otherwise, there is a tendency for bad things to happen to them. We don't want that. But we do have them preparing food and gathering coal. That's the from the coal thumpers. That's the thing they are doing. Adults working at the coal thumpers themselves, children working at the gathering posts. Actually, I'm wondering, thinking about this now. Gathering posts. Did we clear away all of the buildings? We did. Good. Yay. We cleared away all the ruins. And it's about to get colder again, so that'll be fun. It's after 11. I'm going to need to go soon, as I'm going to apparently need to sleep tonight. That's what they tell me.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Glad we can make distinctions like this in child labor in the Frostlands. Yes, it's great, isn't it? Oh, you might have to... Rax, you might have to do the sleeping thing as well. Understood. Apparently that's the thing we need to do. Let me see what the temperature is looking like. So everyone is chilly. Oh, okay, yeah. So over here, I'm going to need to... It's not time to work there yet. This cranks it up by 2. It might be okay. It's currently only... Well, it's very cold. Yeah, so up to chilly. It's a good question, right, as to what we need to do with this. Medical post. No one's there right now. That's fine. Guard station. It's chilly. Chilly is okay. It's just a question of, like, what we need to do to make things work. And part of the problem is I can't actually see what's happening until they go there and start working. So, like, low risk of falling ill currently in most places. In the workplaces, though, that's going to be a question. All right. I know that hope's gonna drop again because it's cold at home, or discontent will go up. Yeah, there it is. Discontent. Okay.
Come, lads. We must work harder.
Overcrowded medical facilities. Yay. Okay, now let me look and see. Alright, now that we're operating, let me see what we have happening here. This workshop, it is cold. Let me turn the heater on, as we've still got a couple of folks working there. In theory. Chilly at the gathering post. It's okay if it's chilly. People will get sick. But also, I'm conserving coal for the near future. Medical post, nobody's there. The wall drill is chilly. It's just chilly in a lot of places. That does mean people are going to get sick, but at the same time, it also is It's a little easier. Fighting arena is very cold. Stockpiles are very cold. Just looking to see if there are any places that I need to fix. Cookhouse is livable. It's sort of interesting going and looking at them at this level. I see the houses are not... There are a few houses, but none of them seem to be... And when I say houses, I mean houses. They are also chilly. They're outside of a heat zone, though, and that's probably part of the problem. Oh, dear. So tomorrow it's going to get colder again. So that will be a problem. For these houses in particular. I might want to go ahead and build another steam hub out here soon. So that that is not going to be as much of a problem. I might even, disassemble this steam hub, which isn't doing anything. Build one over there. Is this not working? Why is it still... Oh, I turned it off. There. That explains it. Something happening? Oh, they finished. Okay, good. For the time being, then, I'm gonna reassign them to... As like, unless we want to build an automaton, which, I mean, we could. It would strictly be for like, I mean, we could build like 3 automatons right now, but I just don't know how many steam cores we're gonna need for the frickin' dreadnought. How soon do they get there? 5 hours? Okay. And I can pass another law. Let's check that out. Before I forget, though, let me reassign these fellas. You there. And then the remaining 2 will go to the repair station to help out. Yes. Anyone who's not doing anything else is going to go to the repair station. Okay. Laws. I mean, organ transplant actually would help right now. But patrol, that's the next thing. Gotta get hope up. At least temporarily. It's a temporary measure. We can always build a propaganda center. Distribute leaflets. Through the propaganda center, you can get a pledge of loyalty. Agitator. Build a prison. We can get forceful persuasion. Let's do the patrol thing.
Listen, everyone.
Patrols will ensure their neighborhoods are safe and orderly. Yes, go forth and patrol where it is freezing. It is freezing at the coal pile. That's okay. The children are not at the coal pile. They're instead at the gathering post. Which should be heated. It is heated. Yay. The care house is a tad chilly. There's one more engineer left currently in the care house. And yet 14 amp... What the... What are they doing? I don't know what's happening with that. I'm gonna turn up the heat in the care house just because might be helpful. Okay. So when the temperature drops again, I am gonna need to use more coal. And that may cause problems. It'd be encouraging to meet the law face to face. Good, this will keep the crooks off the street. Okay. So, let's see if this helps. I'm going to spend 10 food ration. Let me actually look and see where we are with the food situation. We're okay. I'm going to spend some food rations. And we're going to issue a patrol, and we're going to see what effect that has on hope and... I was going to say hope and despair. Wrong thing. Hope and discontent. I was thinking of Don't Rest Your Head again. As I do often. Yep. Oh, that's helping. Look at that. Our guards will check that everything is in order. Excellent. Helpful for now, anyway. I think that this steam hub, well, I don't feel like I need to like reclaim the steel from, well, actually that's 15 steel. That's not bad. I actually might want to reclaim the steel from it. Yeah, there's nothing in range of this that I think is going to need... Yeah. Let's reclaim the steel from this steam hub. And I'm going to go ahead and... Let me find those houses again. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and create a steam hub over here. Which is, those are the only dwellings currently not within the range of a steam hub. So we're going to fix that. The reason I am looking at it strangely is because I just want to make sure. Alright. Because I might not be able to, I might not need to put it at the range that it currently is exhibiting. In theory. You could step the range down a bit on it. We'll see. Because that's the thing you can... Yeah, range setting 1 and 2 is a thing that I researched a while back. When I was first trying to deal with things with this freaking city. Yeah, see, we're full up on lumber, we're full up on coal. Steel is the problem. But we're going to be getting more in a second. Yay, more steel. Good. Okay. They have reached that place. Oh, they also have more steel. Time left 11 days. we know that in 1, 2, 3, like 4 days, temperature is going to come back up again after it drops in a day. So I'm wondering if I should do something whereby we they're here, right? They're here at the weather station. Here's the dilemma with the weather station. Ah. We can get these weathermen, these engineers, out of there. There are like 20 engineers in there. We can get them to the city. But then weather forecasts will no longer be available. So, well, it's going to keep getting colder, I can tell you that much, says the chief meteorologist. I'm saying that I'm leaving there right now. It takes how long to get to Winterhome? 7 hours from there. So, like... And we have how long to do this evacuation? 11 days. Apparently. If the generator doesn't explode first. You know, there's always that. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave them there still for now, just so that we can keep getting weather forecasts for a little bit longer. But it's basically, so if it's a 14-hour round trip, that's all I just need to keep in mind. And it takes, well, it's a 14-hour round trip, and it takes a day to get to the Dreadnought. So I just have to keep in mind that I have to let, like, 2 days, at least 2 days lead time for going and getting them. With the storm shelter out here, that's even worse. But that's the thing I gotta figure out. Ah! Hey, Hawkeye! Greetings, greetings. Thank you for coming. I am starting to wind down a little bit here. But I'm gonna go on a tiny bit longer before I collapse for the night. But we're just going over. We're getting ready to evacuate the city that's failing because the generator's going to explode eventually, and it's not working properly. And we're fleeing to this dreadnought that we're going to take over the ice and try to find somewhere else to live. Who knows where that'll be? That's why I've got these explorers out. We'll see. But in the meantime, yes, right. I'm gonna bring them back to the city for now. And they're going to bring that steel with them. They are, another 2 hours, those engineers will be to the Dreadnought, and I'll finally know what it is they need over there. Maybe. Wouldn't that be nice? 15, 16... We built one more of these, I thought. We have 15 of these available. 16 folks currently in need. I don't know what's happening. Oh well. It's like it's one ahead. Always. I don't know. Oh, now it's 15 and 15. Okay. Must have been looking at it just as they were grabbing it. All right. So Mild frostbite. A citizen became gravely ill. No! How dare. Terminally ill but being treated. Not good. And we don't need this running currently. They just did it as a way to, yeah, actually, let me see here. I'm going to reset this to range 1. Oh. Infirmary mechanization researched. Okay. Good. I don't use proper words anymore. You know what this means? It means we get 5 engineers back. Because now, presumably, we only have 5 working at the infirmary. We want to put... No, we're good. Unless I want to build you know, an automaton, I don't need to put anyone else over there right now. So instead, I'm going to put them over here. At the repair station. Hanging on. So, good. Next thing to research. Infirmary checklists? Infirmaries heal people faster. I mean, that could always help. But let me see what we have available and what we really want to do here. Because again, we're evacuating, so a lot of these things are no longer going to be necessary. Let's see. Hunting, resources. Steam steel works. We're finally going to research that so that we can get steel faster. That's not really what's at issue now. Additional lighter scout sleds so that the scouts go faster. I mean, wouldn't hurt, but have a great night all. Really beat, I guess, going to bed. Be well. Yes, thank you. You too. Yeah. I mean, yeah, making the sleds go faster wouldn't hurt. But thank you so much for watching, Crit Twitch. I very much appreciate it. I'm gonna be turning in myself shortly. But thank you so much. Yeah, I do have to decide what I am doing, because over here, repair station efficiency. That's the thing. The repair stuff is really calling my name still. So while getting the scouts out there is helpful, I feel like this is more important. Yeah. These things, repair efficiency and other, yeah. I feel like we should, I mean, you know, prototyping will get us the 5th level of things, but, you know, we'll come to that when we need to. Generator efficiency upgrade. I mean, you know, burn less coal. I understand that. This is the one we need to do. So let's do that one. What's our engineering situation again? Just because I want to make sure. Yeah, I've got them. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. So that's going to be about 9 hours. With our 2 places. We'll see what happens. Okay. I think I'm gonna see what happens when the engineers get there, which they're about there. Evacuation transport has reached the Dreadnought, and scouts have reached the Shrouded Cave. We're gonna take care of those things, and then I think I'm gonna turn in for the night. I've been doing this 2 hours. That's good. Transport cave. Let's see, what order shall we do this in? Let's go ahead and take care of this first. First crew in place. Sir, the first of the crew have just reached the dreadnought. They can now start refitting it. The people we evacuate will need cabins and food rations. If we don't make sure they have them, they'll die during the journey. Yes. The more people we send, the more they'll need. You have to balance this to ensure a successful evacuation. To convert the first deck into cabins, we'll need 300 steel and 1 steam core. To feed the people currently on the dreadnought, we'll need at least 250 food rations. Okay, finally! This is what I needed to know. I see. Okay, and our goals just changed a bit. As we take a look over here, prepare the evacuation. So we did these first 2 things. Now we have send steel to fit out the dreadnought, 300. Send food rations to the dreadnought, 250. Send a steam core to the dreadnought, 1. Okay. What do we have? So we need more steel, which has always been the issue. We need to send 250 rations. I think we've got that covered. I think we can do that. And then send steam core. Okay. I mean, granted, our food intake is going to have some issues. Some people might get hungry in the interim, which will be nice. But we've got 3 steam cores, so this is the thing we can do. So, 1 or 2 things to make even the rest of this a thing we need to do. So let's see where we are here. Cabins. Oh, this is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot. We're going to need a lot more steel. Deck 1 is 301 steam core. Deck 2 is 701 steam core. Is that 700 more? Or is it? Or is that another 700? Because that's part of the problem. Oh, that's a lot of steel. That is a lot of steel. And we're currently getting more steel daily, which is great. But we've got 564 people. There's a lot we need to do here. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and... Sorry, you can't see this right now. Food rations capacity, 5,000. Yeah, that won't be a problem. Balance. We must provide people sent to the dreadnought with enough cabins for food for the journey. There aren't enough supplies aboard the dreadnought to hope for a successful evacuation. So we have people, cabins, provisions. So, like, we have the food. We can put it in there. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to, you know, start that at least. We can put that in. For cabins, I'm not going to put the steel in yet, but we're going to do that soon. Don't need to put more people in yet. Do we? How many people can a transport hold? Don't know. It's going to get interesting. This is going to get interesting. This will become a problem for my future self, I think, shortly. But what we're going to do before that, last thing we're going to do tonight, we're going to check out the Shrouded Cave. There's food. Okay. Potentially. The entrance to the cave is hidden from view and shielded from the prevailing wind. Explore. The cave is deep and surprisingly warm. There's even a fresh water source here, a perfect place for a hideout. We build a city there? That'd be nice. Take resources. 100 food. And that's about it. This is the last place to explore. Okay. A comfortable cave, perfect for a hideout. I don't know what this means. Like... I don't know. The perfect place for an ambush! Yes. That too. So I'm going to send them back to the city with this food. I guess for now. Because there's nowhere else to explore. And these folks are here apparently exploring? But I don't know what that means. I hope it means that it's a place to send the dreadnought. I guess we'll see. Okay. Good. This is a good place to bookmark it, I think. Oh. And I will come back to this soon. Let me go ahead and I must prepare. Let's see here. Going to go out to the menu. Yay! Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm actually stopping before midnight. Who is this person? Excellent, excellent. Thank you all very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. This has been delightful. Thank you all so much. There's a lot happening. Very soon, I hope. Among the things that are happening, let's see. I can tell you that here on this channel, tomorrow, provided all is well, it's going to be Friday night. We are hopefully going to be continuing with our campaign of Trail of Cthulhu using the Bookhounds of London framework. That is being run by Pope, who has been in the chat this evening. Yay! Very much looking forward to it. As we all just got locked in a very dangerous room, and so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens there. Let's see, and that is most of what I have currently planned, programming-wise. I'll be coming back to this sometime again within the next few days. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see how things go. There are so many other games I've been picking up. I need to start playing them as well, so we'll see how that... We'll see if I can manage to fit that into the schedule somewhere. But why? Why? You mean, why stop now? Why stop now? Alas, I have to sleep. I have to sleep because I have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. So I'm going to try to actually do that thing that I'm supposed to do. and try to do the sleeping thing. It is perhaps in some ways a foreign concept to me, but I'm going to give it a shot. Darn it. So that's currently what we've got going on. Also, there's going to be I'm gonna have very soon, hopefully, I'm going to have a release date for 1 year hence. The Descended from the Queen game that I started working on 3 years ago. I'm finally at a point now where things have been approved and I can actually release it shortly. Finally! Been working on that for a very long time, so I'm ecstatic about that. And so that's I found out yesterday that the digital version had been approved with the VTT I'm using for it, and I'm just waiting for proofs to come back and on the physical version, and then I will release them both simultaneously. So very soon, very soon. Yes, thank you so much, Prax. I shall attempt good sleeps. Everyone who is attempting the sleeps, please have soothing dreams if you so desire. Please go also and sleep. What is this mythical act of which you speak? I do not know. I have read of it in the ancient texts. I shall attempt the ritual of sleep. We shall see what happens. And I shall go either to the. There are many places I could go. I could go to the land of eternal summer. I could go to the blue. I could go to the dreamlands. I could go to the Mad City. I don't know. I'm gonna go somewhere. But we will see. We will see. Ah, good, excellent. Yes, you're finishing up notes for a cunning plan. Good. I can't wait to see what happens. Please go and check out Prax's channel also. I believe it's Sunday nights that she is running. I can click outside of my screen now, so I can do this. I can do the shout out thingy. Go check that out, please. If you want to see some delightful gamery. Yes. So yeah, this game that I've been working on for the last few years, finally, I'm gonna very soon, going to be coming out. Very excited. I just have to make sure that the proof is the final proofs are okay, and then there'll be more. I will be announcing more. So, no sleep. I refuse to sleep. The Mad City calls. I gave a presentation on the on Don't Rest Your Head not too long ago on a Discord server. And it's got me thinking, it'd be nice to. I might. Enough time has passed. I might want to dip my toe back in that again. We'll see. Don't know if it's going to be on a stream or not. Like I'm kind of not. I'm being very careful not to burn the candle at both ends with my running games and streaming them. So I'm right now more just streaming games that I'm not running and. Perhaps running games that I'm not streaming, so we'll see. Sort of, want to not collapse. That's very important. But I thank you all very much for watching. Also, we may go say hi to someone when we hit the end card. Feel free to hang on and say hi to them with us if you are so inclined. But in the meantime, folks, please remember that you're unique, and that's wonderful. Because variety is very important, especially now. And you matter very much. So please remember to take care of yourselves. Remember, you can absolutely give yourselves grace when you need to. Take care, folks, and I will see you all of a sudden.